I'm Jamie. In this video, we're going to be practicing Lolasana and Tolasana. Lola means tremulous or like a swinging motion, like a hanging earring. And then Tola means scale. So for Lolasana, what we'll be doing is we're going to cross the legs and create a swinging motion. With Tolasana, we're going to cross the legs in a different way and just focus on keeping the body up. In both of these poses, we're lifting the body off of the ground. It's helpful to practice with blocks because without them, there's a bit less space between the ground and the hips, but it's optional. So for starters, Lolasana, the benefits are going to be, it works on the abdomen, the hip flexors, the upper back, the wrists, the shoulders, and the arm muscles to strengthen them. Right, we'll practice this one first. A few contraindications are going to be injuries in the wrists, the shoulders, or maybe even the neck. Right? There's various options to practice. We're going to start in Dandasana. Bring the knees in. We're going to bring one foot under and to the side next to the hips. And then the other foot will cross in Gomukhasana, cow face pose, so that the knees are together. We're going to bring the blocks so that they'll support our weight in line with the shoulders. Right? And then you're going to use the entire palm. Open up the fingers really wide, place them on the blocks, and lift. And then we swing. We might start with our gaze down and then bring the gaze up. The other option, if this pose is a bit difficult, is to bring both feet under where the hips are, place the blocks, and lift. Right? Optional without blocks, it's just a bit less of the lift as mentioned. And then we'll bring both feet out and return to Dandasana. It's helpful to practice wrist rotations before and after each pose. Right? So for Tolasana, it's a bit different because we're going to cross the legs differently. Instead of having the knees in, our knees are going to be out. So with this one, the option is to practice in Sukhasana, easy pose, or to practice in lotus pose. With easy pose, our legs are crossed, one foot under the other. Bring the blocks in line with the shoulders, close to the hips, palms flat, few wrist warm-ups, and lift. Lower down. Okay. With lotus pose, we would maybe warm up the knee. It's good to do this for Lolasana too before you practice the knees. But we'll warm up the glutes and the hip flexors beforehand. And for this pose, for Tolasana, we're predominantly working with the arm muscles, the wrists, and the abdomen. There's not as much stress on the upper back. And so to practice this pose, it's also important to keep in mind the contraindications, which might be any injuries to the knees, wrists, shoulders, anything like that, or ankles. Right? So for lotus pose, you'll bring the foot on top of the thigh, and then the other. Blocks next to the hips, and press and lift. Lower down, and gently release the feet. Maybe practice a bit of Baddha Konasana in between poses. And know that this practice is your practice. Whatever feels comfortable for you feels comfortable for you. And never try to push yourself into something that you're not comfortable doing, right? Make sure you always stretch the wrists since we're putting a lot of pressure onto the palms. Thank you for watching this video. Namaste.